Everybody's unmuted now. Yay.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
That
Welcome
might be your
to the
biggest
night.
mistake.
What? I am not here to listen to anybody's criticism today.
You know, I just want to forewarn everybody that we're pretty feisty.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Night Cruise Show. I am your host, Buster the Destroyer. With us
Welcome.
tonight, we have Ace Tycho, J Mitch 42, and K Penguins, who hasn't been on in a while, but he's been doing the Mayhem stuff. In fact, K Penguins, why don't you give everybody an update on the Mayhem League while I take a quick break?
See you soon, Buster.
Please and thank
we
you.
will talk.
I got you. Let me grab the lead real quick, right? Short version is we had 15 people show up for our Star Marine Mayhem League. There was another 5 that tried but had technical difficulties. So pretty good for our first rollout. It was
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it went well enough that we decided to go ahead and jump in and do a Arena Commander Combat one next. So that's going to be kicking off in roughly about 3 weeks. So if you think you're an excellent pilot, time to put yourself up. It still has a $200 pot, just like the Star Marine one does. So come on in, shoot some people, and win some money. But yeah, it was good. We had a little bit of a mix-up on scores because I accidentally screenshotted the wrong one. That was a little bit embarrassing, but I now have a process. But it was a fun time. We also ran into some interesting bugs with spectating, to say the least. It like threw me in a rail and just like showed my screen. Nothing but me like spinning around the rail. That was my whole game. And then another one, it just like stood me against a wall and people kept coming and shooting me. But it wouldn't kill me. And then finally someone came over and beat me and threw me on the floor. So all I could see was up at the ceiling at that point. I'm like, I'm not game, I'm the spectator, not the player. But we've moved to a neutral player for that and learned a ton and updated the rules. And all in all, it was a good time. There's a lot of hilarious too.
Okay, I am unmuted again on stream. I forgot to mute Discord. I'm very sorry. But
Oh, good.
I am back.
We all heard the profanities.
The profanities.
Jay.
Yeah.
You just bumped a microphone. That's all we heard. Good times.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just like spilled a thing of hell. Okay.
Get it. Get it.
It's built on the other side now.
Shut up! No! Oh!
Shit.
How?
Mhm.
God damn it!
Welcome,
More
everyone. Good to see you.
profanities. Today is not my day, guys.
Watch your profanities.
Watch your
Well,
profanities. I'm Massey.
We're happy you're here.
Maddie. Okay, I got it. I did it. Okay, I did it.
It's kind of nice to be back on the show, though. It's been a little while for sure, and hanging out on Mayhem by myself, or was it going a little late? So good to be back and hang out with y'all.
Definitely good to
Yeah.
Yeah,
have you
welcome back, sir.
Yeah, why don't we start with you penguins with the how are y'all question, like how you been, yada yada.
Been doing all right. Been busier than I should be, but all in all, doing well. What happened to our show?
What happened?
Oh, there we go. No, it was me. Don't worry about me. But I've been playing in PTU, been doing shenanigans with late night jump, and digging through a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's been good.
That's good. Well, what about you, Mr. J Mitch? How you been?
I'm doing all right. Life's going all right. Job's going all right, and streams hanging in there. So, yeah, I did a little bit of stuff with the 890. Did like one stream with it, and I explored it and played around with it, but that was about it. I don't own one. I don't plan on owning one or flying one. I'll hang out and party in one, but yeah, I'm back to live pretty much after that. since I had like bounties unlocked, I didn't want to spend all the time, reacquiring stuff I already have, and I'll do that when it goes live again.
Yeah.
But it's running well. The PT's running well. Frames are suffering a little bit, but the servers are running well.
Oh, you mean like having like 5890Js in a server has an effect on FPS? Who would have thought?
But we were discussing it the other night about that. In that, if you remember back when they released the Reclaimer,
Mm-hmm.
one Reclaimer would trash a server.
Yeah.
And you would be getting single-digit FPS at Ollie, and it would be awful. Where now, to show kind of where we've come to, there could be 3 or 4 890s, and yeah, you could the frames are going to suffer and whatnot, but it's still running. It takes a lot more to tank things now. So they have improved, which I think is great.
Yeah, they're very interesting, but anything else going on with you, J Mitch? That's it?
Nope.
That's it? That's all you got? Okay. Ace, what about you, my
Yeah,
friend?
I don't lead a very interesting life.
Aw.
Yeah, doing pretty good here. Started streaming a bit more on a few times a week, as much as possible, Tuesday through Saturdays, and so yeah, having fun. Going through the first few, well, basically tutorial sections of No Man's Sky, so I've been enjoying that. Been talking with a lot of people within my community and some other streamers, and a couple of you guys I stop by your streams every now and then, mostly lurking, but been talking about Star Citizen and what's coming up and all that good stuff. So yeah, we've been doing that. I've been doing that. Enjoying streaming again as much as possible, and yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, looking forward to what's coming up in a couple of months with all the Star Citizen stuff every fall, right? And
Yeah.
and all that. So looks like I might be having some connection issues. So I apologize if that's causing.
It's not
Problem.
causing any
Oh well.
major issues.
Flickering every
You
once in a
just
while.
do flickering every once in
But
a while, but I don't think that's a huge deal.
all right, cool. But yeah,
That's
besides that, yeah, things are good. So
Good. Glad to hear
looking
that.
forward to getting active again. So yeah.
I did think of something interesting. If you guys want to hear it, I got injured at work again. I know that's nothing new. I get injured all the time at work. I got stabbed in the nose with a potato chip today.
Well, if you're gonna get stabbed, might as well be with the potato chip.
Right in the nose, man. I had a bloody nose from
Oh
a
my
potato
goodness.
chip.
Oh my goodness.
And it was just a total fluke. It was really fun. I was with one of my little kids, and I was joking that I was going to eat his potato chip, and so I went to go like that, and he reached around to hand it to me, and he stabbed me right in the nose.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it was more of a joke than anything, but it was kind of funny. But I told my boss I was definitely going to fill out an instant report just to be able to put that in writing.
Yeah.
I got stabbed
is
with a
that?
chip.
I got stabbed in the nose with a potato chip.
So true. Why does that remind me of Riddick? I'm gonna kill you with a teacup. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. That was the funniest line.
It could have been ruffled, yeah.
Good old Richard B. Riddick. Fun character. Yeah.
Well, I've had a pretty good
Buster,
week.
how you doing?
Yeah, I've had a pretty good week. I had a little bit of some. I won't say. I don't want to give them a lot of attention because they're just. Let's just be honest. They're dickwads. But
Did some drama. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just some dumb drama happened on my stream with some people, and whatever, it happens. My chin's always up, and people like that can just go screw off. But other than that, I mean, I had a really great week on stream, off stream. I'm supposed to go tomorrow with my boyfriend and his parents to a racing facility, and he got it as like a birthday gift for his dad a while back, but the scheduling of it finally is this week, tomorrow, and
Cool.
we're taking his dad out to go drive some race cars.
So
He's gonna
cool.
get 4 laps with four different racing vehicles. I actually thought this was on a Saturday, and I wasn't gonna go because I don't want to die. But I've been in the car with his dad, And I've had days with with his dad in the car where I'm hitting the imaginary brake. So I will not be getting in those race cars unless I'm the one driving them at some point. But yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also like, okay, because I didn't expect to be going on this. I thought this was supposed to be on a Saturday, and he was just going to be the one going with his dad. But no, he wants me to go. And he planned for me to go. He's told his parents I was going, and I was like, why did you tell them that? He's like, I thought you really wanted to go, and I'm like, no, I specifically told you I didn't want to go. So I think I got strong-armed into going. So yeah, we're gonna try not to die tomorrow. So, you know, if there's some tragic tweet tomorrow, you'll know why. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing tomorrow, and then yada yada. And then, yeah, not much else has been going on with me other than just the usual, just goofing around. Oh, and you know, TwitchCon just keeps getting closer and closer. Penguins is going to be at that, as well as myself. And it's going to be a really good time. I'm really looking forward to that. So if any of y'all are going to TwitchCon, please let me know, and I will add you to the server that's appropriate for that, so that all the Star Citizens at TwitchCon can get together and like kind of do stuff. Maybe even have our own Bar Citizen or something.
Super cool. It's like the yearly giant Bar Citizen, you know, besides CitizenCon
Yeah,
itself,
besides
right?
CitizenCon, yeah. It's like the
That's cool.
the CitizenCon for content creators for sure, or the Bar Citizen for content creators for sure.
Exactly.
So I'm really looking forward to it. But let's just jump over
They got
to
lit last year.
do
I
what?
can tell you from experience. They got lit last year.
Yeah, I've had particularly Nerd Show and Tell be like, it's TwitchCon, baby, and I was like, oh, I am not getting messed up, okay? Like, I am not getting messed up. Like, I will get loose, and I'll have a few drinky drinks, but I am not going to get lit, as the kids say. No, thank you. I have been lit on stream before and off stream, and I usually don't remember until the next day. So, yeah, we're not going to be doing that. And there's like a lot of twitching going on with you guys. I hope it's not like internet on my end that's doing that to y'all, but we'll see.
No, it's been that way for. I don't know. I don't think it's you.
I thought it was happening to the others too, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's Discord in general,
It did
or
for a sec.
Twitch in general. So probably Discord in general. Yeah.
I know
Only
normally
so much you could do.
I know normally we go into Bug of the Week right after that, but I actually want to wait till we get to some of the, like, when we start discussing the PTU to start talking about that. But I did want to start hopping into the content of Star Citizen this week and last week. So Friday we saw Star Citizen Live with an 890J tour, which I mean, even if you didn't watch it, I think everybody's seen the 890J at this point. So I did want to. The one big note I wanted to make about that particular thing is that little gift I got Disco Lando for his birthday was totally on his desk at the end, and I was super happy. The Whataburger I got him, so the Whataburger gift. So, I mean, did y'all? Cool. I don't know. Did y'all watch Star Citizen Live last week? Like, if you have,
I did. And I totally saw the Whataburger stuff and went, ha ha ha, nice.
Yeah, I was super happy. I was like, yay! I vicariously made it on to Star Citizen Live through my gift of love. And
that's awesome.
Here.
Yep, definitely was a great one. I loved it. I watched, everything Star Citizen. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I think so many of us have actually done our own personal tours of the 890J that it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like hard. Oh my God, there's so many things in here. It's kind of hard to like kind of really go on over about like what they talked about without being like, yeah, we've seen it, we've been doing it. So it'd still
be good to do an overview, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the Star says. Oh, tomorrow's a pillar talk, by the way, everybody. I don't think they're gonna. I have a feeling they're probably not doing Star Citizen Live tomorrow in order to like. I bet they won't do Star Citizen Live tomorrow if they're doing a pillar talk, because the pillar talk is edited, but it.
True, it's the big one before CitizenCon technically because of the quarterly release, right? So or not technically, it's not the quarterly release or.
They're taking the whole quarter of that now.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Just saw something interesting this morning. A guy named Sigelian, you may have heard of him.
No,
But,
never heard of him.
He was actually using the 890 jump as a yacht on the Hurston Ocean.
Yeah, so I've seen a couple streamers
I've
do
seen
that.
so
Yeah.
many people doing that lately, but that's awesome.
It was pretty funny.
Well, so the
Yeah. And then they
unique
play
thing
them on
about
a
it,
boat.
the unique thing about it was though is the waves were coming through the outer layer of the hull, but not the inner layers of the hull. So like the outer hull, like there were like the hallways and stuff, there was still like waves going through the middle of like the hallway and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely
Just freaking
floods.
them out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But like the
doesn't
inside,
kill
like the
you, you
kitchen,
go
for
over there.
instance. Yeah, but like the kitchen, for instance, and like the swimming pool area didn't have any, despite the fact that like as soon as you walked out the door, there was water there.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, and I'm glad that he was doing that because I love it when I see people put it on the water. I think it's amazing. It actually looks like a boat, so like it looks
yeah.
perfect in the water,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Really
Somebody else
does
said
look
that it looks like
yacht.
fingernail clippers too, and it kind of does look like those too.
Oh my god, I never thought about that, but it kind of does. Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
weird. Okay, it totally does. So let's just kind of go over the general list of what was covered on ISC, and then let's all just talk about it. So we had the Nautilus. We had a little bit of a sneak peek at the Nautilus and some update on that. We had sprint reports on textures and materials, exploration of Vanguard colors, Moby-Glass chat improvements. Super excited about that. Additional weapon attachments, and then audio improvements and enhancements. So that was all the sprint report stuff. And then toward the end, we started to see that there's new merchandise being released into the store, like the physical merchandise store of Star Citizen on RSI's website, which was like they have some new Aegis. They basically have some new Aegis merchandise. It looks like they have a T-shirt, a mouse mat, and some posters that I saw so far. And then there's also, and they also talked about at the very end of ISC today. I mean, the UI team is working on some improvements, and they kind of gave us some sneak peeks of how that might look. And then they also reminded us of Pillar Talk tomorrow. So real quick, I wanted to say about the merchandise before we get too far. I got one of the last 3 medium-sized Star Citizen shirts available on the website today. I looked at it a few minutes ago. Everything but extra small is gone on just the normal Star Citizen shirt. So if there's any merchandise in the store that you want, because they mentioned that they mentioned in a Spectrum post that they're going to basically consider some of the current merchandise legacy merchandise to make room for new merchandise. You better get in there and buy it if it isn't already gone, because I think people saw that today and they ran for the hills to get that stuff. So there's a lot of merchandise getting completely sold out in the store because they're making room for new merchandise. So I wanted to let everybody know that if there's anything in the store that's still available, get it now. If it's in your size, get it now. Because if you want it, you have to get it now. It is going like hotcakes. So there's something. But anyway, what did you guys think of ISC today? Let me start with Ace.
In regards to the merch, you mean, and thanks by the way, but you mean everything besides the Nautilus or Aegis Nautilus bundle, correct? All the
like
legacy
all
stuff.
the stuff that has
Right.
been in there before
Yep.
is going to start being considered
Right.
legacy gear.
Yeah.
So they're basically,
snatch it up, guys.
yeah,
Eat
they're liquidating. They're trying to liquidate everything essentially, or get rid of all of it.
So,
It's not even a
cool.
sale. If I was them, I would have put it on sale. But whatever. I'm a subscriber. I get a lot of that stuff for a few dollars cheaper.
yeah, pretty cool. So, but yeah, it was really good today. I enjoyed it. The UI, of course, is something I'm super hyped about. I love the potential of the UI growing and becoming more varied and diverse depending on brand and company, as well as, of course, making it better for us to use. And I'm looking forward to that quick, or not the quick function, the inner thought circle of options that they're creating, where we can quickly take on and off our helmet, in that we can swap in and out various functions and stuff like that, right? And so, yeah, pretty cool. Looking forward to that, and it's going to be good. Yeah, I love the little bit of sound that they put in. They're making it sound better, depending on your stats and what you're doing and all that, and other things. in there. Of course, the Nautilus looking cool. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's the other things were neat.
Here, let me go to
Seeing
the media scene while we talk about it.
cool. Yeah, totally.
And I can't see
But,
chat as well anymore, so y'all just let me know.
well, your shout out was good, so there we
Yeah, I
go.
got him.
But
Get
yeah,
him again.
but
They're
yeah,
good.
ICS was cool. A lot of good stuff. What about you guys? What are you thinking?
Yeah, J Mitch.
And
K-Penguins.
yeah, go Jay Mitch. You go first.
Okay,
It's
so
awful.
Nautilus. Not gonna get one. Not, of course. I mean, I don't have any money. I couldn't afford one of the T-shirts right now. But it's a cool ship. I think it's gonna have a cool role in the game eventually. It's another one of those that there's not much gameplay loop for yet. Just kind of like the ballista that there's nothing to protect yet. So right now, if they get it going live, or flight ready, or what you want to call it, right now, then basically people are gonna like park it outside SBK or places like that, and set minefields out like that, and it's gonna be that kind of gameplay, which is gonna be fun, but that's gonna be what it is right now. So, but I think it's a cool looking ship. That's my favorite manufacturer. Aegis is almost all my favorite ships are the Aegis ships, so I like those. Textures and materials always a cool thing. You want stuff to look better, and that's stuff that doesn't get highlighted very often, which I think is cool that they do that. Mobiglass and stuff. I mean, they're always working on that, so that's awesome. The attachments I'm pretty excited about. Suppressors in the game I think is really cool. The optics they did a really good job on. So hopefully they do well with suppressors and stuff like that. And I think being able to customize weapons is going to be a really neat thing in the game, and I'm really excited to see that. But we'll see where they go with that. Because I don't know the ins and outs of like a lot of military weaponry and all that. So where they can go to customize besides sights, lights on the bottom, on the underside, the suppressors and whatnot. But I think it's really cool that they're going to be able to allow us to do that. I'm always all about the audio enhancements. The sounds that they're coming up with. I thought the sound that they were touting of when you jump out of something and land hard. I thought that sounded a little forced. It wasn't a supernatural sound. They were like, oh, that sounded like my knees hurt or something. That's what the joke Disco made. But I do like that they're really exploring sounds, because they've done an amazing job. Their sound team has done an amazing job with updating the what things sound like when you're moving, when you stop, or in the ships and whatnot. I think it's amazing. So just go down the list. And the UI I think is amazing. I never thought I'd be excited for UI updates, but the fact that some of the stuff that they were showing looks like it's going to be like elevator buttons when you walk up to an elevator, instead of having to bring out this like hologram menu or something and then scroll down to your floor or whatever, or in your ship you're going to be able to just like you do UI. Or one of them they showed that I was like, that's really cool, that even Game Glass could take from it, was the emotes, or like I said, being able to take off your helmet or whatnot just real easy with just a touch of a button or something like that would just be a lot easier than the UI they have now. So I'm really excited to see where they go with the UI stuff. So I thought this was a really, really good show this week, especially considering how lean the content has been for the last few weeks. And so, yeah, I really, really enjoyed watching this one.
Yeah, the community seemed to complain as much about this one. But what do you think, Penguins?
So for one, I thought this was cool. They're showing right now all the textures and stuff. Legit. The Nautilus Mindlight, I know what they're going to do with that. They're going to go right outside Grim Hex. All those asteroids are there, and they're going to mine the crap out of that. Somebody is just to troll with people. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Watch.
But that's what's going to be used for right now. It's just to troll people.
Yeah. So like the whole defensive thing now, it's just going to be set up as a troll effect for now. Just kind of like the Ballista was for a little while. Totally did not do that myself, Kappa. But the big thing though is it's another ship that I'm pretty sure that they released because they needed it in Squadron 42, not because it's actually needed on the first side. And I understand that, but it's still kind of another one of those like, come on, give us a ship we can actually do something with, give us some gameplay. But I understand I have to wait until Squadron 42 is out before I can start doing my building. The weapons attachments and whatnot, yeah, that's definitely cool. So I can put my green dot on it finally, my little green laser pointer and whatnot. That'll be fun. Switch out the grip, hopefully, put an extended magazine on it, et cetera, right? All of the merchandise stuff, I kind of like face palmed a little bit, going, you couldn't, just extend how much supply you have and make more money. But I get it. It's probably a limited small team. But the thing on this one that really got me, and I literally had to stop and go, whoa, was the whole, not only the fact that they have a reactive UI thing now, but they have a tool that builds all the new UIs, and it's very quick. You can just grab and flip it around and extend it, make it smaller, shrink it forward, everything you want to do with it, just really quick, easy. You tell it how many buttons you want, and then you go and edit those buttons, and you're done. I
Really
thought that
cool, huh?
was actually my favorite part of the entire show was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when looking at the YouTube comments, a lot of the comments seem to be focused on, hey, the UI stuff, cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's
exactly.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, really, right?
I'm not at my computer, but yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's and I guess I didn't mention that, Penguins, but you're right. I mean, the fact that they have a tool that these other departments now can play with, that they don't have to be an expert in whatever area that he was talking about, that they can actually use to build this AI and test it, or UI and test it without having to go over to this other department, blah blah blah. And I'm sure that's a bunch of red tape, in a corporate society. But that's just amazing that they can just play with this stuff and be like, hey, I want these buttons to look like this, and let's mess with it and see.
Yeah. I mean,
and the fact that they already applied that to the new UIs on the new Nox, it's quite amazingly awesome. But I'm more of an Anvil guy.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, as far as what I thought about it, I mean, Nautilus looks cool. Not something I'm going to be purchasing. I mean, kind of like J Mitch said, there's nothing to protect right now. I mean, that ship makes more ship. I didn't mean for that to sound like shit. That ship makes more sense after Squadron 42 is released, and there's hopefully more systems. There's more claimable areas or stuff to protect. But at the same time, I think it's a really great concept. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful idea for a ship, and it's just sounds like a lot of fun. I also, as far as the sprint report stuff went, I was really into pretty much all of that. It comes down to, at the end of the day, the UI stuff was, again, I agree with Penguins, most excited about that. UI's been an issue for a long time for a lot of players. I mean, I think the entirety of the player base for a long time has been begging for a better UI of some kind. And it's finally looks like it's going to happen here soon. Don't know exactly when. I'd have to look at the roadmap to see when that's coming in. But it just the mobiGlas, and I was also, like I said, you looking at excited to see the mobiGlas and chat improvements. It looked like it was a little more intuitive, a little more easy to use, a little less complicated, and it's just so much. Honestly, the user interface features of the game, like mobiGlas, like the HUD of your ship, and just the general user interface overall, just so needs an overhaul and has for a long time. And I'm glad to see that they're actually doing something about it. Not that they haven't been hinting off for a while, that because I've seen this guy, the UI guy, on Star Citizen Live a while, because they did a UI team Star Citizen Live, they've done stuff with them. But it's just nice to see it play out here and kind of see it actually will be, it's actually going to get a little, dressed up, and it's going to get some real improvement. And just the sooner the better. I just can't wait for it to come in because I'm really ready for it. But yeah, overall, great episode. I mean, I liked last week's episode, but you know, some people really didn't, and I liked this week's episode a lot too. I mean, it was a lot more informative. So
one thing that's kind of interesting that when I've been sitting here thinking about, like, why else would they release the mind layer right now? Which, by the way, I just kind of was, the other thing I thought about is this: I didn't ever think about putting a mind layer in, but besides that, they're about to release a ship that they know is popular. So if they can get us to, this is where the salt's coming in. I'm sorry. But if they can get us to buy this mind layer, which I know is not going to be quite as popular as 890 Jump, then they might be able to get us to actually then buy the 890 Jump as well.
yeah.
This part right here is the part where I went, like, my jaw hit the floor, where he took it and spun it around.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, they made a
Isn't
circle.
that cool? Absolutely.
Yep.
Really
Makes me think
Yeah,
of
right
Mass
there. I was
Effect
just like,
a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
And just and when they put, like, there's the emotes there. That's what I loved. I'm like, oh, that would be perfect
There you go.
if you have it right there that you can just hit the emote. You know, you just hit a hotkey or something, just like you do on a controller or something. You hit a button, bring up that little wheel, scroll around to whatever emote you want to do and do it. You don't have to go into chat and type / blah blah blah, you know, or Game Glass and go to the other shard and blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
you know, that's really cool.
I even thought about, as users, you know, us in the game, if they would give us the ability to have different options or even manipulate the HUD to our own needs, our own liking. Like if we want a circle look or a circle interface like that, we could make that happen, or we could have it as a straight line.
Yeah,
it
like
could
if you're
be-
a
I
PvP
doubt
or-
we'll have that sort of custom ability.
If you're a
That would
PvP
be
or you
cool.
want your UI to be a little more inclined for
There you go.
fighting, if you're a miner, you want it more
Absolutely.
inclined for keeping track of your cargo or whatever. You know, there's
Absolutely.
different ways people can set it up from what it sounds like, and that benefits
That
them
would
to
be
whatever
cool.
gameplay they want. And I hope there's a way to like sort of save different layouts. So it's like, oh, today I'm gonna do cargo, so I'm gonna set out my cargo layout. Oh, today I'm gonna go do some fighting, so I'm gonna put it in my fighting layout. So I do hope that they create an ability or a way for people to save different like user interface looks, just so they can say, oh, I want to go into X mode, you know.
Yeah,
See, I
and
didn't watch it thinking that they were doing this for users being able to
right, me
customize it.
either. And that was just an idea that I had, right? That was an
Yeah,
idea.
I didn't watch it like that at all. I mean, it just didn't seem like, because that would be that giving that tool to us at
Sure.
that point, and I don't think they're doing
Sure.
that. You know.
No, not at all. But it was something I thought about, right? Because
No, that'd be
was
amazing. It would be amazing, but I just don't think that's
Sure.
where they're going with it.
I think what they're going to do is stick with what they spoke about before, whereas military or combat oriented helmets have a specific type of HUD, a research type of HUD, you know, for like a scientific sort of helmet, or, you know, more of a working, you know, like mining sort of rough environment that's not combat focused, will have a different type of HUD, different type of
Right.
interface, different types of options, you know. Yeah, I believe that's probably going to be the case. Most likely, it's J. Mitch. I think you're absolutely right. I don't see them doing that, giving us that much freedom, but that would be cool if they would, you know. But
Right. Oh yeah, it absolutely would.
yeah. I know they spoke about before how the like it's like the inner thought circle, which they show where you have different emotes, different thoughts that you have, where they're going to have the ability to take on and off your helmet, lock and unlock your ship, stuff like that. Because in the future, of course, you're going to have that kind of interface, you know, unlock and lock your ship when you get near it, or at least a quick button
Like
on your
the
HUD.
Google
you know.
Glass of the future.
Exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. That's where Game Glass is way ahead of them, because you can already do
Right.
that.
And I love Game Glass. I use it every single time I'm on now. And
me
so,
too.
yeah. And of course, I was about to go into a little spiel that I do on my stream, but that's not appropriate right now. So the thing is, though, yeah, Game Glass is awesome, and I hope Star Citizen continues to, well, look at what they're showing right now. It's awesome looking,
Yeah.
you know. And like what you said, J. Mitch, emotes and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah,
they're
some
gonna
of
let
it's just the
us
stuff
change
that's
our
not
mic
really
in.
easy to do.
Change our mic. What?
I wonder if they're gonna let us like actually pick our mic.
Oh, I'm sure they were getting there. I think they've said that because like enough people complained about it, you know. But
They also showed where you could change your color of your text too, which is cool. So there you go.
you can already do that. You can already.
Well, I mean, in the individual chats,
Yeah,
different chats have different colors, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think the other big thing is initially the DNA stuff wasn't supposed to be released to general public, but whenever they saw how much people wanted it, they actually did put it in.
True.
So it might be the same thing with this, where they put it out and everybody's like, I totally want to set my own, and everybody in the community sets it up.
Really.
And okay.
Yeah. But I think we've gone over ISC pretty good, unless anybody has any extra comments to talk about. But I think we've all given a pretty good idea of what we're feeling about it. And again, that Nautilus mine layer, you know, people are really into that. Some people I've heard be like, "Oh, that's so cool," and other people they've been like, whatever.
Pretty neat. There's a lot of
I'm on the side of the fence that I agree that they're releasing it because they need it for Squadron.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think it's cool that they have that kind of ship. Not me.
Yep.
I want my Mercury.
Yeah, the Mercury Star Runner.
Oh, in here.
But let's go ahead and I'm going to remind everybody one more time. Pillar Talk tomorrow, so be ready for that. That's probably going to be, I imagine, it's going to be definitely a Chris Roberts, maybe an Aaron Roberts. Probably some of those like Luke Presley and some of those other guys. Who knows? But that is coming. That is coming tomorrow. So be ready and expect that on their YouTube page tomorrow, guys. And then what else do we have? So let's talk about current gameplay. Let's talk about what's been going on this week. Who has something like clicking in their background? It sounds like.
Sorry, that's me.
It sounds like poker chips.
Yeah, his mic keeps picking it up.
I'm just like, okay. But let's see, what do we have? So we have, of course, 3.62 PTU is live at the moment. We'll talk about our thoughts on the 890J here in a moment, and then somebody must have thrown in SSOCS, which I imagine was Penguins. So let's just start with kind of a combination of 3.62 PTU live and 890J thoughts. So I'll start with Penguins this time. So what are you thinking about the 890J? How's your current gameplay going?
I'm a fan. I'm melting my current luxury ship to get it, most likely. So if they'll allow that, I might even grab it even through Warbond. I've enjoyed it.
Right on. J. Mitch?
I think it's gorgeous. The outside definitely looks exactly like a yacht, like we've said, but the textures inside, when we were just talking about the inside Star Citizen stuff, the textures in the ship are amazing. The layout is really good. People talk about if you got lost in a Starfarer, you're gonna have a lot of trouble in the 890, and I didn't find that at all. I still can't find my way around a Starfarer or a Hammerhead. I get lost in all those ships. I have a horrible sense of direction, but I can find my way around the 890. Not too bad, It's a well put together ship. It looks great. I miss the grotto. I know people say that it was kind of a dated thing, but I thought it kind of was a cool look. You could have this fancy guest layer, and then just kind of does this little darker side, this little grotto below it, But but I like the hot tub with the fish tank under it, and I just think it's a well put together ship and really well done. So yeah,
it's an art piece for CIG, I believe.
It really is. It's beautiful.
What about you, Tycho?
Yeah, it's good stuff. Hopefully my mic's good. Windows keeps acting silly
fine.
after this update.
You sound
yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely something I'm looking forward to looking at more. I haven't had much time for the past week or so, so I might have to join some of y'all's. And if you have one or one of my community members, but and I agree with Junkyard in Space. The 600i, the 890 cockpit does look very similar to the 600i.
Oh yeah, they're identical. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely taking that Origin
brand
style.
Yeah.
Look at
You
all
know,
the
it's
constellations. They all do the same one too.
sure, exactly. And so that's yeah, okay, cool. Definitely one thing I did like, and that was mentioned a few times, was that the 890 definitely has that detail that people were thinking the 600i was going to have, you know.
Yeah.
And I think now as they continue to make, the game better and better and better and polish it and all that, then they're going to add more detail. Like they said, they're going to do another pass on the 600 I series, and there you go, rock and roll. But yeah, I loved it. Loved the 890 overall. It was interesting. It definitely had more of an open feel, which was really great. For a giant ship, you would want it to have some sort, especially a giant luxury ship. You would want it to have more of an open, large, breathing spaces. Because as a luxury vessel, that's something you would expect, especially in space, being in cramped, close ships all the time, or feeling the oppressiveness of the dark, velvety space, right? You want that open area in the 890, and yeah, it makes sense. Um, yeah, John Garrett, no bedroom windows. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that
You'd
is a good
think
point.
you would think they would want to. I don't know, bit by bit, right? And they might do another pass on the 890, at some point in the future. It's a work in progress, just like everything Star Citizen, a work in progress, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I think it's great overall. I love that those guidelines on the floor, right? Those navigation lines. That was cool. That was a cool little touch, and it makes sense, especially for guests that aren't familiar with the ship. They're going to use those, right? Just like in hospitals or other locations that have those sort of lines, right, that guide you around if you've not been to the location before. So, yeah, really cool. Good stuff overall. I think it's an excellent, like you said, I think it's an excellent piece of art, right? Definitely a showcase piece. And keep it up, Sig. I think it's great. I think they're going in the right direction. They're taking awesome community feedback, and they're actually listening to us. I said that earlier to some people in chat and earlier today, and yeah, keep it up, guys. I think they did a great job.
Now here comes the contrarian point of view. I
And the
like
bar is
the
gorgeous.
890. I think overall it's a very pretty ship. It has a lot going for it, but I'm so over it. I am so over that ship right now. I am over it. I am
Oh, yeah.
over how much is killing the servers when everybody's getting it out. I'm over I'm over just some of the just the general like fanboyism about it. Not that I don't like, I get that people like the ship and they're excited. It's the first capital ship. I understand the importance of having finally the first capital ship in the game. But I am over the 890J. Even in the PTU, I refuse to get it out anymore. Now, it doesn't mean it doesn't impress me. Like the other day, I landed it at an outpost. One of the outposts where you could, like a mining outpost. It dwarfed the entire outpost. It made it look like a little Mickey Mouse town. Like it's huge. It truly is giant. And that to me is like one of the most impressive things about it, is just the sheer like largeness of it. But I am sick of hearing about everybody gush about it. Especially the people who are really hardcore about it. Like you guys, like we're us talking a discussion about it, that's fine. But like, oh my god, I am tired of the 890J fanboys. Not that I don't love you guys, but please.
I get
like,
that. And that's one reason I've been spending a lot of my time in live.
I'm at the point where I just want to start playing live again, because I'm like I'm not gonna own one. I don't plan on owning one. And and honestly, I truly hope that they limit the amount, like they continue to limit who can buy, like not necessarily who can buy it, but the amount of them in game, because the more people buy them and pull them out, I mean, obviously, like I was at Port Olisar the other day. There were probably like at least 4 or 5 of them at Port Olisar, and frames were down to 7 frames. You could not even function in the game because there were so many of them. And by the way, people, if you're going to get one out in the PTU and you're going to leave it somewhere, at least, and you're going to log out a game, unlock it so other people who don't want to have to go all the way to ArtCore but are getting stuck with 7 frames per second in freaking Port Olisar. Leave it unlocked so people can get in it and they can get it the hell out of there, or they can blow it up, which I have blown up several of them on purpose for science, but also because I want to blow them up because I feel like it. My great plan at this point with the 890J with my friends, like I want J Mitch involved, of course, our friend Voodoo, our friend Rancid Bubba, who actually owns one. We plan to stick as many Drake Dragonflies and Aopa Noxes that we can into one, and then seeing if we can start a chain reaction of explosions inside of it. So we're doing it for science and just for my general amusement. So, and hey, Redlear.
I'm just thinking, like, all of a sudden, like, here comes, like, 20, like, Noxes and stuff out of, like, the bay of one of these things.
Yep.
Like a swarm of bees
Oh,
coming out,
God.
like,
It's probably going to, like, I mean, just to fill it up with, like, because I really want to try to truly fill up the ship as much as possible with as many small crafts as possible. I think it's going to take over 100 of them. I really do. It's going to be like an entire stream night's effort of work. Just pulling those out, because we're going to have somebody that pulls them up on the pad from the inside. So somebody who's constantly claiming, and like, it's going to be an operation. And then people who are rotating on being on the pad to grab it and pull it into the ship. So that means we're going to have somebody in the ship who's going to, like, make sure that the doors remain open, or they open the door. So it's going to be like a 4 to 5 person effort, if not more. I would prefer to have at least 10 people on it, just so we have the constant, like, you know, they're constantly being brought in. But I seriously want to put as much as I can into that thing, and then hopefully cause a chain reaction of things exploding inside. And then hopefully that causes an actual explosion of the 890J. So yeah. And I'm not a griefer. I just, you know, I just do things for science. I only blow up 890Js that don't have somebody in them. I scan first. Gaw.
Yeah, totally. She has standards.
Maybe don't
people.
grief the server with putting like 15 of them at Porto. How about that? But that's my opinion on the.
I heard somebody a point of view on that one. I heard somebody else saying that since they are testing out the server-side OCS stuff, maybe they took out the despawning, because it is a new thing that these ships aren't despawning, and maybe that they are possibly doing a bit of stress testing on the back end.
Perfect ship to do it with,
handle.
honestly, at this point, because it does
Absolutely.
cause so much issue.
Yep. And so maybe they're doing some sort of stress testing with seeing how things handle it with these multiple ships of these ships hanging out there, and while they're working on some of the server side OCS stuff. So if they are, awesome. You know, I'm not trying to say they are, obviously. I mean, we're all speaking from hearsay and conjecture here, but if they are, I think that'd be great. You know.
Yeah, I've seen the hearsay.
It was this
of people
Hey,
saying
Buster.
there's been more than 50 in servers. That's the hearsay.
It was the SIG devs. It was the SIG devs all along, Buster. They're coming in, parking the ships when they know you're on. You just leave them there. For
I
your
know some
enjoyment,
of you guys, SIG devs. I know some of y'all. A couple of y'all I've bowled with. A couple of y'all come around my stream. I know who you are. Don't make me come. Don't make me come to Austin and slap somebody. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Don't make me come to Austin and not bring you cookies, okay?
You know, Texas is just so small. She lives right next door. So.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Did you really just say that?
Yeah, totally.
It
true.
is a small state. I mean, somebody from lived in Alaska for a long time. Texas.
Tiny. Okay.
Considering world size, or anything, sure.
That was
even
funny.
compared to Alaska, it's a small fry.
This is true.
Alaska has polar bears, okay? Texas doesn't, and it's awesome.
Texas has rattlesnakes.
Yeah, and they're beautiful, and I've caught many of them in my lifetime. I used to catch them when I was a kid.
And
They
brisket
also have
steak.
tigers. They have the largest tiger population in the entire
Texas
entire
does?
world. Yeah, it does.
Nuh-uh. They're like, you're talking about zoo tigers, right? Because there ain't no tigers in
Uh-huh.
Texas naturally.
I'm talking. No, of course, and that's the joke, right?
guess so.
As pets and as zoos and stuff like that. Apparently, they have the largest tiger population in the world now. So good times.
But yeah, Texas is the best state. Alaska can be bigger all at once, but it's like it's up above Canada, so it doesn't get to say anything.
No,
What
Bigger
do you have
knows
against
better.
Canadians?
Do what?
What do you have against Canadians?
I don't have anything against Canadians, but Alaska is,
No,
is
that's
Canada's hat.
this is
Actually, it's its pal. Because it's someone on the side by it, so they're like buddies.
So if we're going off like clothing, wouldn't Texas be our underwear?
Oh dear God.
Oh!
Ah,
Yeah, and you know why? Because underwear is really important, and if you don't wear it, you're nasty. I'm
this
just
is true.
saying.
Comes.
Yeah.
So,
Say.
more important things, Buster. You did mention bringing cookies to SIG. On a more important note,
Yeah,
and,
cookies are good.
cookies are amazing. Ooh, look at all these amazing people in chat. Good to see you all, by the way.
Cookies brought them all.
Well,
That's what SSOCS, server-side OCS, JMitch kind of that one.
yeah,
So there
let's
you
get
go,
into
Bus.
that. Let's get into
Segue.
that. So like I
Yes,
said, the hearsay
yes.
I've heard is that people have been noticing in some servers they've been seeing it topped over 50. I saw like
I
a
have heard
tweet.
that, yeah.
I saw a tweet a while back where somebody was saying they
Okay.
counted and they saw 70 in a server one night. And
I didn't know that was confirmed. Cool. All right.
Well, I mean, it's not confirmed unless they
Exciting.
provide screenshots, right? Like,
Right.
you can't believe it
Okay.
until.
Okay.
But I
was
mean, I don't think
wondering
people would be saying that for no reason. So, or they're just really bad at counting. So,
Well, no, they did have like a short little thing about it. They're definitely actively on it. It is definitely.
I'm sure we'll be hearing about it tomorrow during the Pillar Talk. I hope that we do. I hope that they admit that they've been testing it. That's a hope I have for the Pillar Talk tomorrow. But I am looking forward to the server side OCS finally becoming a thing. I think it's at this point it's shut up or put up, CIG. You got to do it, and you know it, and you're working on it, and you know.
Well, they've even said they can't put much else in.
That's what I'm saying. They got to shut
can't
up and
add
put
things
up.
in. At the subscriber event and other videos since then, they've said that they are at capacity. Their servers are at maximum capacity. They can't
Yeah,
put anything else in until they get the server side OCS in. The server meshing isn't slated for, I mean, another year and a half or something like that. But the server side OCS has to come out before Microtech, before the asteroid belt that's supposed to finish off our.
I think
our
Microtech's going to get pushed back until server side OCS is in for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it needs to be. Absolutely. I
Has
agree.
to.
I agree. You know, because that's what they've said. They can't put in the fact that they're trying to put in a ship the size, the first capital ship the size of the 890 is crazy without it. So I mean,
And they
that's
also
why
have
I'm
to be
wondering if maybe they're
considerate of the
testing
user
some
at
of
this
it.
point too, because I mean, this game is 100 freaking gigs. You know, and then when you got two of them, you got a PTU and a live. You know, then that's 200 gigs right away. I mean, maybe a little less than that, but I mean, I'm glad I got like a 500 gig like SSD recently to dedicate purely to Star Citizen.
Shoot, right?
Like, because I used to have it on my OS hard drive, and it was not cutting it. I couldn't have both at the same time. I'd have to delete one and keep the other.
Kind of speaking of that, did you guys hear, or have you already kind of talked about like the switch from DirectX over to the Vulkan for rendering, and how they're going to rebuild essentially the client side client. But yeah, they're planning to rebuild that and use Vulkan instead, and it's going from like 2,000 right now is their current like count, and they can go up to like 100,000 or something like that.
100,000
Player count?
Like Polygon.
Well, I don't understand what that means. You have to explain.
I don't
it to
either.
me.
So right now, when you look at something, there's a limitation of what they can show you because they can only render in so much stuff before like DirectX goes and implodes essentially. With Vulkan though, they can do it's like 500 times more, something like that. 50 times more. Or 50 fold. Either way, they can go from 2,000 to 100,000. And one of the things that's blocking right now is having like picture-in-picture kind of stuff is that actual limitation. So once they put Vulkan in, they can do picture-in-pictures. Like so the TVs on ships can actually start working.
Oh,
And
okay.
you know, this battle bridge on the 890 jump that you love so much, the screen that doesn't work on there, like all those kind of things can all come in. But
Maybe
then also,
reflections and mirrors.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, that. I've thought about that so many times.
But there's a lot of those kind of stuff that they can add after that because they have, you know, this amount of polygons. to work
Right.
with.
Oh, that's
And
pretty cool.
it's
Switch to that.
also significantly lighter on client side. That's also nice.
True. Yeah, KP, when they mentioned that before about Vulkan, and they mentioned, I think it was on a Calling All Devs or something, about having all the displays in the verse. Every single display actually, with like, you see these displays that have a bunch of data on them and stuff. That's just filler. Eventually, that's going to be actual data from various sources of some sort. And I think that was part of what they mentioned, right?
Yep.
It was a while back with Calling All Devs, but yeah, that would make sense with what you're saying. Having all the displays, having all the actual information sources coming through because it can handle more. You know, it's on Vulkan. Makes sense.
Well, yeah, and they were saying like those 100,000 objects or polygons or whatever it was. I forgot exactly what unit they used, but versus the 2,000 they currently have, the 100,000 uses the same amount of resources as DirectX 2,000. That's the other interesting. So we'll end up with significantly more detail, more options, more features, etc., for about the same size.
Well,
That'd be nice.
That would be real nice. Real nice. Get on that. Get on that. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. But I'm gonna go grab a quick another drink. I'll let you guys just shoot the ships.
I love shooting me some ships. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and if y'all have any bugs of the week, please let the people know.
Shoot.
My only real bug of the week is when I was playing the PTU. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the PTU, but is just the fact that they haven't fixed the Pro 10 bounty working yet. There is a workaround, but I guess it's pretty involved, a little bit confusing and whatnot. But by the way, that clicking was me. I apologize for that. I'm trying to keep from picking my nails, so I'm trying to find something, an incompatible behavior to do that. So, so I do apologize for that, but but
No worries,
yeah,
man.
that's, I mean, it's not a huge bug of the week. It's just basically just server hopping until you find a small enough server, which is usually 10 or 12 people, to where that Pro 10 bounty actually shows up. So, nothing huge.
I didn't actually catch that
Shoot.
junkyard, the whole perishable, non-perishable goods stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Cool.
I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool coming up.
You guys got bugs of the week?
I know they mentioned, or I know they showed people picking things and picking, things off of plants and whatnot during the video today. So that was cool.
Well, they talked about that. I mean, that's supposed to be something, I think it was in 3.7, the harvestable entities or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe you are correct. I don't think they've changed it or shifted it around. So, yeah.
I think the roadmap is due for a major overhaul. If we're going to go on bugs, it's not really a bug, but a take on their model. And Penguins, it's time for me to get a little salty. But they said they went to a roadmap system. They went to a quarterly release system schedule, basically, and said that they were going to be releasing this stuff on this date. Well, they've kind of like backstepped a little bit, saying, all right, we're going to release this stuff on this date, and then the rest of the stuff on a point X date, whatever that's going to be. And so far, they're basically using the entire quarter, next quarter, as a buffer for that. And I don't think that that's a good model, and I don't think it's wise, because they're eventually, in my mind, they're going to get far enough behind, it's going to snowball, and they're going to be like, all right, we're not done with stuff for 3.6 in time for 3.7, which means we're so far behind on stuff for 3.7 that we're definitely not going to be able to do that for 3.8. Snowballs, blah 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 blah. I think they just need to revamp and then just come up and just to draw a hard line saying, listen, this is what's ready for 3.7. If it's not ready, it's pushed to 3.8. That's it. Sorry, there's no 3.7.x patch that gives us half of what we wanted. And I think people would understand a whole lot better, in my opinion. And then say, hey, 3.8's here. We have to push this again. They've done that with a couple ships. People get mad. They get over it, and that's it. But in my mind, that's how I think they should do the quarterly release model instead of this. We're using the entire next 3 months as a buffer. I just don't like that. But there you go.
I totally agree with all of that, especially somebody with a pretty heavy project management training. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I still remember on a certain day, somebody, and I don't remember who it is now, arguing with me. I thought it was Gallion. Probably was that. He should, but that they were never going to push anything back. They did all of their homework at times. Nothing to get pushed back, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, it's not how development works.
Yeah, really. Right.
Yeah, stuff's gonna not be ready and whatnot, and that happens. But if you just say, listen, what's not ready is to the next patch eventually, and if you were planning on going to beta and 4. or like 5.0, well, it may be 5.1 now. We may have a new thing, but so I just think they need to make a hard line and say, this is when we said stuff is going to be ready. This stuff isn't. We want it to be better. Look at the 890 jump. There was a lot of salt that it wasn't released on time, that it was being pushed so far back, and they kept adding tasks to it, and people said, oh, they keep adding stuff and this and this. And even I said that they did a video on an update. It was kind of funny. They did an update video on a ship that was supposed to have already been released. And I was like, well, that's pretty stupid. Like one of their content was like, here's where we are with the 890 jump. You're like, well, you don't do an update video on a ship that you should have already had out. You said you were going to already have out. So, but so, otherwise just push that ship. Just be like, it's not ready. We want to make it really good for you. Like the Banyu Defender or whatever it says coming out soon. They pushed that a couple times saying, listen, we want to make the ship really good for you. And people understand that. They understand when CAG is like, it's not ready for what we want to put to you guys, and we'll get it to you when it is, and people get mad about that, but they get over it a lot quicker than, oh, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Hence the soon TM meme that's out, that's a big thing.
Or about 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, or an hour. Yeah, that's how those things get started, is because everybody's like, oh, when's it coming out? They're like, it's coming. I promise. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's,
Yeah,
it's going to come out next fall.
So can I tell y'all my bug of the week? Because I got one that's really good.
Lay it on us.
What you got?
I threw the Jean-Luc champagne out of the window of the 890J. And then
the front window?
No, the back window
where
the bar window. Where the little lounge area behind the bar is, or next to the bar is. I just happened to throw that champagne bottle in that direction, and it went outside. That was a Dargenator. And then I was like, I'll go get it. And then I forgot to put my spacesuit on, and then I went outside like naked. And I died.
By the way, those airlocks
that?
are looking really cool in the back.
Oh yeah, those are
wait till
looking
they
really
have
good.
stuff going.
Yeah, the windows definitely need some love as far as like bugs goes in the 890. The windows need some love. You can get out of the ship in the front window.
But you can't get back in.
No, you can't get back in, but you can get out. We were stuck. We were doing some cycle and skee ball the other night with the 890s, which don't do that. It's way too easy. But we went into Z's ship, and he had left. And so we got into the hangar, and we jumped in the hangar. But then we were stuck because we're like, well, he's not here anymore. And We just went and ran out the front window, so it was cool.
Yeah, really. Ah, man, so many things to polish, so many things to do.
Oh no, it's still. I mean, I still have faith, and otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
By the way, Penguins, I
I'm-
like your hat.
Thank you.
Been a fedora fan.
So
Mm.
you'll notice it's gray. I am not a black hat or a white hat because I do work in information security.
Okay.
I'm somewhere in that, and it's actually kind of true with me in general in life. I'm not perfect, like on the perfectly clean side of things, or on the evil, like pirate side of things. I'm somewhere in the middle.
I've been trying to get Michael to like let me get a freaking beautiful Western hat to take to TwitchCon, but he thinks they're all dumb and they look like they're
Ooh.
from Red Dead. And I'm just like, yeah, because your only experience with cowboy stuff is from Red Dead, so you think that like everything looks like it's from Red Dead. Okay, just let me buy my cute gambler hat, okay, or my cute like Stevie Ray Vaughan hat, okay. So, because you know it's flooding down Texas, okay. It's flooding down Texas.
Oh, there's some nice
Penguins,
hats.
I like my black hat. I'm not necessarily a black white guy. I mean, obviously I am because I have a white shirt and black hat, even though it looks blue. But my lighting's probably not very good. But you know, black
Well,
hats. I like dark clothing.
So in InfoSec, fedoras are the only ones that designate them. So that's a bit of like insider to like that community. If you guys don't know, if you ever see somebody with a fedora on, that's always one of three colors, and it's their way of designating where they sit on the spectrum.
Yeah, but
Cool.
but
So gray is kind of
Or at least
neutral.
where they think they sit on the spectrum.
but that's not a
So,
fedora. That's a trilby. Fedora has a longer brim. I know.
you
my
know,
hats.
yes, but this is close enough.
Jack, I thought it was a fedora.
You're
I'm
like, why
not
did you have to
super
point that
well-versed
out,
on hats,
Lester?
apparently. I called it a fedora. Is probably why he said that. But
But that's a
Well,
trilby.
so it is technically a fedora, but it's also technically could be also considered what you
A trilby.
consider.
Did you know that the fedora? Here's an interesting fact about the fedora. The fedora started out as a women's hat, and then the men adopted it. It became a
didn't know
working
that.
man's hat, but initially when the fedora was created, it was the ladies' fashion. But men just seemed to really like it, so it took off with men.
I had this really nice one that I kept trying to get that was an actual like legitimate fedora.
Good hat.
And
to
it
wear
even
I
to
had
had
the
one. They're
work.
expensive.
black strap or the black strip that like my character does. Like if you look at my logo, he's wearing bowler hat / fedora, depending on how you look at it. But it's got the black strap and it's also a gray hat, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I was trying to go for, but they kept on not sending me the right one. Kept sending me the black hat one. It's like it says gray right here. Why are you sending me black? After like 3 times, Amazon's just like, look, we're not sending you this. And I'm like, well, then send the right one.
Yeah,
So
stupid.
finally, I just went and grabbed this one. I was like, well, this isn't a perfect fedora. Right? It does. It does. It's not quite as obvious on camera, but it is typically like right on that fine line.
In fact, and when you watch Indiana Jones films, the type of hat he wears is actually a fedora. People don't realize that. They think it's some kind of Western hat, and it's like, no, that's actually just a
Oh
leather
no, that's
fedora.
a total fedora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has a long brim.
We need those in the verse so we can start doing our private eye stuff on the rainy cities of the.
You know, before they start giving everybody cool stuff like that in the verse, or uncool depending on your taste in fashion, whatever, they need to make the female model stuff work.
So true. There's
Need-
a lot of it
need
in,
some clothes,
but
damn it.
they need to keep working on it. A lot of stuff's better. It's getting there.
Yeah,
Getting
y'all don't get any new clothes until I get all the clothes to work for me. Okay?
Right.
Equality,
Right.
damn it.
Yeah, I have quite a few ladies in my community that love sci-fi and they want to get into Star Citizen. And one of the things that they said blatantly, they were like, no, not until females are in the game. And then they're like, where's our clothing? So yeah, exactly. I hear it all the time, and you're 100% right. Plus, the female
CIG.
characters are really awesome.
CIG.
Right.
But
Right.
what else
God.
do we have to cover tonight? So for team news, we got some stuff going on. We have new branding and merch. Penguins, why don't you tell us about that? Because obviously you're going to know more about that than I am at the moment.
Coolness.
So things to note, be looking for our snazzy, it's actually heavily in the works. It's already most of the details figured out. But our snazzy team zip up hoodie. If you're at TwitchCon, you'll get it then. Otherwise, the team should be getting it afterwards. But on top of that, we're going to sell a version of it to anybody in the community who wants one. They'll be pretty cool.
Nice.
And we're also going to have a T-shirt as well.
Yay!
Feel free to look out for those. It'll definitely win you a drink if I ever see you wearing one. But yeah, so we're kind of doing that. You guys probably noticed that we killed all of our ads. All those gone. And we're doing this instead.
Looks like Nerd
there's-
Show and Tell wants a hoodie.
we'll get you one, Nerd Show and Tell. I'll bring it with me.
Just give him your size, Nerd. And thank you for the sub,
Yeah.
Nerd. Sub. We got a sub. Oh yeah, sub song. There you go. There's sub song.
Beautiful.
So all the revenue that we get from subs, speaking of bits, and this merchandise is going to go into, for instance, at TwitchCon throwing a party of some sort, SitCon throwing something. That's kind of the idea. And then so it'll cycle right back to you guys that are coming to meet us, as well as some of our other marketing stuff that we're currently actively working. So FYI, kind of in line with CIG this week, kind of hilarious.
You're really right.
Yeah. So that's coming.
How did you know? Perfect synchronization.
I gotta put my
We
hair
have a
up.
new logo coming too as part of that. As an FYI.
Awesome.
So
A new logo!
on the way.
Yay!
Thank you, Cupcakes.
Yes.
Oh,
I
a lot
saw
of the work
some
has
of the
been-
work on it, and it looks really good so far.
Yeah, Cupcakes is putting up with my OCD-ness.
Cupcakes for the win. I'm gonna take my ears off for just a second because I gotta put my hair up, and I'm dying. I'm dying.
But yeah, so we'll have a few things out ready for y'all. I wish I could show the picture, but it's not even close enough to being done. Show you guys, but we do have a rough mock-up going on. I'm doing a lot of the placement and also figuring out what type of sweatshirt we're using, who's going to do it, that kind of stuff. And yeah, Cupcakes is doing all the graphics work on it. So between the two of us, we should come up with some pretty legit. And we have two versions of it. It's the other cool thing. So we have a you live in the United States version or you live in Canada version. So
It's gonna have a hat.
no, so there's a Sherpa version and then there's a fleece version.
A what version and a what version? Police?
Sure.
There's a fleece and Sherpa.
Oh, I thought you said police.
Sherpa.
Yeah.
Sherpa's for winter. Fleece is kind of whenever.
Yeah.
I had a big discussion with Penguins about this because he asked my opinion, and I was like, okay, Sherpa is for the winter. That's what we were going over. I was like, Sherpa is for the winter, fleece is for the fall. Because fleece is a little it can air more, air gets through it better. Sherpa is wool, of course. But oh my god.
We had a certain team member who may or may not be in chat right now and may have been talked about, who was asking for a Canadian version.
Like a Canadian color.
So, well, no, aka Sherpa.
Sherpa. That makes sense.
Cold.
I only wear Sherpa in the winter here, and that's maybe for
Just like Elliot.
that's maybe for a week. In Texas.
But yep. So we'll have those. We'll have probably a few different things as part of the mayhem. Though we're actually creating a special coin,
A challenge
group
coin.
too. Yep.
Neat.
So
That's like a popular thing in this community, challenge coins. And it's also popular with security information.
So, do you know where it started from?
Yeah, the military.
Which branch of the military?
I want to say the Air Force, but I could be wrong.
Nope. Well, technically it was Air Corps of the Army, but yes.
Ha! I was kind of right because there was an Air Corps before there was ever an Air Force in the United States military.
Yep. So I'm Air Force, and so I love the idea. So I'm going with it. The other big thing that's kind of cool is we're actually pushing forward with Sigelian to have a booth at SitCon this year, and part of that booth
nice.
will be a NetCruise section. So that'll also be kind of legit.
Now I wish
So,
I could
some
go to
new things coming up.
SitCon. Way to make me feel bad. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I wish I could go.
Yeah, me too.
For those of you guys that haven't seen Mayhem, we've got 2 different ones on there. There's the Arena Commander version now and the Star Marine. Star Marine one's already kicked off. It's actually really fun to watch. We have all of our bugs and like methods figured out now. So Heat 1 is coming up on the 14th. So mark your calendars.
So nothing this weekend?
Nothing this one or the one after.
And this
It's
is for
military.
Arena Commander, right? Yeah.
No, this one's for Star Marine. So we tested with Star Marine to see if it was like doable, how much pain it was going to be. Essentially, like kind of like dabbled our toe in a little bit, if you will.
Yeah.
Found out it was fine, so we added an Arena Commander. We're going to dabble our toe that one and see if we're going to do both. We're going to do one, which one we're going to do. If we're just going to take a break for a while, etc. But Star Marine one so far has been a lot of fun actually to host and kind of go with that. Kind of on that point, can you bring up the leaderboard so we can call out
Yeah,
the
let
awesome
me
people?
pull that up. Because you put a little thing in there. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, that's so bright. It's white. Why does it have to be white? It looks like what it does to me. It makes me super white. But yeah, we're bringing it up. 1 second, everybody. Make sure I have it up right. Okay. There it is. I can zoom in on it a little bit if you need me to. In fact, I'm gonna do something real quick. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't die. There, that's better. Look at that. I got it. Thank you. I don't need your freaking yelling at me. All right, there you go.
So you can see some of the names. Scroll up a little bit. There we go. Actually, go to the qualifications one because we haven't actually done the. This is Heat 1, although it kind of tells you the ranking going into it, so that's fine. So there's all of our scores, all the results, kind of whatnot. It was a lot of fun. You can probably recognize a few names on there of streamers. We hope next time to get a few more. Hint, hint. Certain ones. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
It was cool to watch. You guys did a great job.
it was still hilarious watching how much salt Spazzy got out of the first one.
Oh yeah, he got angry.
Yeah, I heard about that from him personally. Not in like a, oh, I'm mad at people way, just in a, oh, I did not expect the other people to be really good.
Yeah.
He was a good sport about it though, when he was talking to me about it.
I also got put in my place. Like most groups I do really well in, that one I was in the middle of the pack. The best way to put it. Yeah, so it's definitely a learning experience. And we want to do a
Raid. Thank you, Jack.
Jack Ripper T. Jack T. Ripper T. Thank you so much for that raid. Raid song, raid. Thank you
Welcome,
for the
everybody.
raid. Oh yeah, raid. You raided us. You're so awesome. You're wonderful. Thank you for the raid. There's the raid song.
Awesome. Great to see everybody there.
Do you want me to hit Heat 1?
Thank you everybody for the raid. Welcome everybody. Hope you all
Yes.
enjoy the
Oh
show.
my god. You're just trying to show me up.
Yeah.
Rude.
Well, for all the raid, let's talk about the night crew real quick and give them a warm welcome.
Mm-hmm.
We're checking out our scores from the things.
So yeah, this is the Mayhem tournament that we do on our Saturday show, and these 15 fine Star Marines jumped in and fought the good fight, and
So it's their qualifying scores.
This is their qualifying score, and the qualifier only really is meant so we know what rank they are, so we can actually make teams even later matches. Team
Right.
fight.
Match up skill levels. Be a little.
Yeah. Because we don't want it to be like all of a sudden like Lieutenant Pi comes in and like wipes the floor with Dream Wraith or something like that as an example, right? I don't know if he would. So we want to make it a good show for y'all too. But yeah. Oh yeah, if you haven't joined our night crew Discord,
Do it.
we love
Be a
new
real
people.
boy or be a real girl. Join the Discord. Ah.
We're actually active in there. We're talking. Looking today alone, there was like 4 different things, and
I
Buster
said,
talking about balls.
yeah, I said balls
Balls.
because I felt like saying balls.
Balls.
Balls. Balls. Balls. Okay, I'll stop it. So I'm gonna go to Heat 1 real quick. Oh, we don't have Heat
Okay.
scores in yet.
So you can see our different groups that we have there, though, listed. So there's 2 different groups that are going to be going on. What it is they each groups do different eliminations. So it's like group 1 will do an elimination, then group 2 will do one, then group 1 will do one, then group 2 will do one. It gives them time to like change the loadouts, etc. And get if they want to in between rounds. We can go bang, 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 bang. And then we jump into 2 rounds of team fights where Group 1 goes against Group 2, which is a lot of fun.
And then
So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Heat 2. Don't have anything on that yet. Heat 3, Heat 4, but yeah. You all get the idea. You know? You did some stuff. Congratulations to everybody that's been competing in it. I hope that you all win. In your hearts.
Yep.
But only one of you can win.
Kit Nova came out of like nowhere, like had a little bit of a rough start. You saw that, and all of a sudden it was like bang, laying down the law.
I've heard of Kit Nova before. I believe she used to be a streamer, and I've heard a lot of great things about Kit Nova over the last year that I've been streaming myself. So
Yeah, she's awesome. She stayed and played a few and chatted afterwards. So
yay! I'm gonna get out of that real quick and go back to the Zoom scene. But yeah, y'all good being part of those and stuff. Do the stuff. Sign up for the next one when you're able to sign up again. Is there going to be another one in the future, like to reopen it?
So Star Marine, I think the next one will be in roughly January. For Arena Commander, the sign up is going on right now, and it starts. I think it's in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, people.
Definitely.
Arena Commander. Smoke some fools in your ship.
If you guys are interested in signing up, that's the link to sign up.
There you go. See, look
There
at
you
that.
go. Click it. Go.
If you're good at fighting in your ships, is there going to be like rules as to what ships they can use and what weapons?
On certain heats, there's limitations on what types of ships. The other kind of cool thing is there is a $200 pot for this one as well as the armor.
Wow.
Get in on it. Yep.
That's cool.
Other things that we do with money coming from the stream.
I won't participate because I would smoke all of you.
Moist has already signed up for it.
Oh, he's gonna
He's going to
win.
be a part of it.
You might as well just call it now.
So there's a few people out there that are putting their name on the stake, if you will. I'd like to see Nerd Show and Tell show up so I can give everybody a lesson there.
Oh my god! I seeing him and Noodle duke it out would be very interesting, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that Nerd does show up just for that sake. I really want to see it.
You know, Nerd be like winning, and he'd be like, "Okay, I don't need the money. Just give it to the next person." Like, just give it the second place. But yeah,
Well, you can at least get the challenge coin and the trophy. There's also that involved in first place.
heck yeah! I want a trophy. Do I get a trophy for being an excellent host? No, I don't.
We'll print you off a certificate.
A certificate
world's-
of amazing.
Yeah.
Participation trophy. Yep.
It's not
Yeah.
participation trophy. I have to deal with you guys every week. Okay? I deserve some chocolate and some flowers or something.
You got a boyfriend
I
for that
mean,
shit.
He
Not wrong.
refuses. He refuses to ever buy me flowers. 'Cause
There you go.
He's mean. He buys me ships instead, which is fine. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a little more money there for sure. But last thing that I'll say, then whatever that is, Buster leads this amazing show every Thursday, unless she's on vacation, in which case I usually drop in and mess it up. And is the queen of the show and also the face of the night crew. I'm usually the one behind this.
Yeah.
Definitely come check out. It's the same time every week.
Yeah, but you host like
So-
the other you host the Saturday shows, so it's not like you're not like being out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're hosting too, just maybe not. Obviously I'm doing this every week, but you're doing it with this kind of stuff, and you're organizing this stuff, and you're making sure we have stuff to talk, to like actually do, as far as like with the community, So that's important too. So don't ever underestimate the amount of work that Penguins puts into the team. He is the founding member of the night crew. So give it.
I felt like we just did a pat the back session between the two of us.
Yeah, and of course all of
But,
our members are amazing. Oh, and we have 2 new members that are on probationary right now. We should mention that. We have 2 new probationary members.
So we have 2 people that are on probationary. So essentially how that works is it's a 30-day program with our team to see if the team likes them, they like us, etc., etc. So Jukebox, and we've also got
Stewie.
blanking.
Stewie.
Stewie, yes, Stewie's back.
Who used to
Thank
be
you.
a member, right? He
Which-
was a member until he had to just
Yep.
exit out himself.
Which I only know Jude.
Yeah. Stewie.
So Stewie,
fun,
Ace does not know Stewie at all.
fun fact
And,
about
neither does
Stewie.
Osi.
Before I was ever a Star Citizen streamer, Stewie was literally the first person to come to any of my streams. I was playing Ghostbusters. Yeah, I was playing Ghostbusters at the time. And he came into because he was like, oh my god, somebody's playing this game, wow. And he literally, like, before I was even involved in the Star Citizen community on Twitch, when I was just occasionally sporadically streaming weird old games, he was like the first person that ever came into one of my chats. And he
That's
actually,
awesome.
yeah, he just
Right,
was
Cupcakes? Yeah, me too.
so
You
before
should take on
before
that
I was a
persona.
night crew member, literally a night crew member was the first person to come to my stream. So that's
Pretty
pretty
cool.
cool. Or at least talk in it, There may have been other people that
Yeah,
stopped by,
really.
but he was the first person to actually talk to me while I streamed. That was nice.
Yeah.
Back in the good old days when nobody knew me. But anyway.
Just letting you guys
Oversold
know,
on that boat.
Stewie is at the hotel preparing for his surgery
Yeah,
tomorrow.
so
everybody.
give him your good
So,
vibes.
Good luck, Stewie.
Send him all your good vibes tomorrow and tonight. He's getting back surgery, so please think of him tonight.
Yeah.
We would appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're
It's
probably have
his-
to call the team a No Man's Sky team.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
really.
I don't
It-
play
it's
that.
his abdominal
Yeah,
stuff,
me neither.
and they're going to be going in through and fixing it all up after his liver transplant and all that good stuff. So he's getting all good again. Hopefully, get back to
Good.
streaming on a regular basis and feeling well enough to do it and getting active. So really wishing him the best. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I spoke with him earlier today. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. It's all serious. His surgeries are, more critical level sort of. You can't just go in for a few hours and go home.
Yeah, he's got
But,
to have some recovery time and things like that. So yeah, everybody keep him in your
right,
thoughts.
so-
Just send him your
yeah.
positive vibes. If you're a religious
and
person,
that-
pray for him. All that kind of stuff.
There you
Like
go.
whatever good
Stop
you
by
put
his
toward people,
channel.
do it for him. We would appreciate it.
Do whatever. You're absolutely right, Buster. I talked over you there for a second, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I do want to start wrapping us up
Absolutely.
because we are going a little over time with this. So let's start wrapping up. I'm going to start with Penguins because he is it's been the longest since we've seen him on show. So Penguins, tell the people who he is, what you about, what you do, where to find you.
So I'm Concerned Penguins, aka K Penguins. And I stream lately sporadically, but usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and host the show on Saturday. Not every Saturday, though. It's usually the second and fourth Saturday of the month, mostly because of military reasons. I play predominantly Star Citizen, but I also stream randomly other games as well. And yeah, I'm manager of this little thing called the Night Crew. I'm also one of the guys that's leading up a lot of the stuff going on for Bar Citizen in the state. So if you're Washington State and you wanted to go to Bar Citizen, let me know. I'm also hosting with currently calling Pacific Citizen, which is kind of like FirstCon, but in Seattle.
Nice. So, J Mitch. Same thing. Who's streaming?
JMitch42. I stream Wednesday through Saturday with the show being on Thursdays. I just kind of like to chill out, have a few beers, and have some fun. So, I had some issues this summer that kept me from streaming a lot. So, hopefully you guys come back. So, but yeah, enjoy it.
Ace.
Hey everybody, I'm Ace Tycho. I'm getting back into streaming again after taking some time for some medical stuff, and yeah, so I'm usually on my own channel with all those awesome people that stop by, including a lot of y'alls. And yeah, I am usually on Tuesday through Saturdays, as much as possible in the mornings and afternoons was my old schedule. I'm probably going to be getting back to that again. I was doing 8 to 12 in the mornings, but I'll probably go from 10 to 2, and then in the evenings starting around 4, and probably go for about 4 hours. And so yeah, and all that's Eastern time. And so yeah, love to be part of the crew here. I love sci-fi, so of course I'm loving some Star Citizen. And yeah, thoroughly enjoying being part of this amazing community. And then thanks KP for asking me in the early days and getting me on with the night crew and hanging out outside of the night crew as well, doing some foxhole and other good stuff. I'm a variety streamer. And so yeah, it's good times, guys. I love to see you around, love to hang out. And yeah, great team this is, and great people in this community, widely. And it's good to be around, guys. I hope to be on a bit more when my voice is working good and when I'm working good, but still getting after it every day and behind the scenes. So stop on by my Discord and stop by, of course, the Night Cruise Discord, guys. Don't forget again. It's good stuff. Great people there. So appreciate y'all. And oh yeah, my org. I never talk about my org. Yeah, so I'd love for you guys to be a part of stuff. We're getting active again, doing more on a variety of games. But in Star Citizen, we're going to be doing practicing and going up against NPCs, clearing places out, and doing a bunch of search and rescue stuff and other stuff like that, and just having fun together. So appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Ace. And my name is Buster the Destroyer.
thanks,
I
Ace.
am the co-manager of the night team, and I am also the usual host of this channel. Like Penguin said, unless, or not the channel, but the specific show, unless I am on vacation, which we'll have to figure that out. We'll probably have to cancel Night Crew show around TwitchCon because both of us are going to be at TwitchCon Penguins. So that's something we'll have to talk about.
Well, we're gonna do IRL.
Yeah, I figured we would. I figured at some point because I have a condo there, so we can just do it at my place. So anyway, but my name is Buster Destroyer. You can find me on here on Twitch at Twitch TV/Buster the Destroyer, all one word, no underscores. And please go check me out there. I stream Star Citizen on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course on Thursdays I'm doing this. Sometimes here lately, I've been occasionally streaming late. I've been kind of enjoying that, checking that out. I was thinking about doing it tonight, but I don't think I will now that I have to be up in the morning, that I know. And go watch people very, very, probably watch my boyfriend's dad probably go wreck a racing car. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But oh, and I did want to mention, I didn't talk about this earlier tonight about when we talked about how's everybody. I did make a YouTube video, and I'm gonna link it in the chat. Please go watch it. Please go upvote it. It's a YouTube video of some of my best clips from over the year. We're coming up on my year anniversary as an affiliate. And just generally, I kind of count it as my streamership because I really wasn't streaming very much until I got into the Star Citizen community. So we are coming up on like my year anniversary. Thanks again, Nerd Show and Tell, for taking me to affiliate almost a year ago. So that was awesome. But please,
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so please, everybody, go watch my YouTube video. Go give it some updates. I would really appreciate that, or some little thumbs up. And go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Come follow my channel as well. But yeah, that's really all about it for me, I think. But who do y'all want to raid tonight? I'm thinking Old Boy.
TV
I was
Liquid.
thinking Spades, but
We got Spazzy last week. Oh, you're talking about Spades?
yeah. But TV Liquid would be a good one.
Is he on right now? Because I just checked the list and did not see him. Let me
The
double
TV
check.
liquid's on.
Let's look. I just like to double check just so that. Oh yeah, he is on, but he looks like he's about to end. He's got like a little spinner out. I think he does that toward the end of his stream.
No, he does that anytime he's in quantum.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. So we can raid TV Liquid. That's fine. So I'm going to put in the raid command, TV Liquid. Thank y'all so much for being
Yeah,
here.
stick around, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, y'all please go give him all the love. If you have our channel emotes, use those. If you have any of our individual emotes, use those. If you don't have any of our emotes, use anybody's emote, but let them know that the Night Crew is there and they're in force. So please, when you get over there, say, Night Crew is here, or something like that, whatever you want to say. But we appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. Copy that. Copy that if you have our emotes. And
Thanks, chat. We appreciate y'all's.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Y'all make this
Thanks for
worth
being
doing
here,
every
guys.
week. And of course, thank you guests. Thank you crew members for making my job easy and having a lot to say as usual. Do appreciate it. And thank you, Penguins. It's been a long time since you've been on the show, so it's nice to have you back on the show. I mean, I know like I said, you always do the other stuff with the mayhem and all that, so you can always find Penguins on the channel at some point, even if he's in on the talk show. But it's nice to have him back on the talk show in a while. But everybody, thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome back.
I'm gonna start playing the little thingy, and I'll sing y'all the song. I'll sing y'all a song here. I'll sing y'all a song as we go out. Where's my thingy? NC out. Okay.
Bye, guys.
And I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feeling, got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. Should've known better. Thanks for watching now. You're amazing. See you later. Bye, everybody. That's so dumb. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Cheers, all.
Awesome.
Thanks.
That was awesome, Buster. Take care, chat. Super cool.
Show.